You guys, look what came in the mail today. So amazing. So amazing. Come look. What was it? Oh my goodness. Would you look at this? Would you look at that? That bag of hardware. Look at the beef on these hangers. Woohoo! That's nice. That's nice. Let's open up one of these. Oh gosh, those are pretty. Whew. That is a beaut, Clark. Look at that. So pretty. Hello? Is there anybody in there? Let's get measuring tape. It's like 3" to me. My hooker, full. Hold on, I'm really distracted right now. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry about that. Full on hooker exhaust, 3" to match the headers, to match the car, the cross member, everything. Completely bolt up, all stainless steel, and I'm excited. That is probably the last, well, besides the driveline, the last major component I need for this car. Everything else is just small beans. So I thought I would take a second to show you that. That means this weekend I'm going to get excited to finish up transmission stuff, like cooling lines, shift linkage, what else? Measure for driveline, and dipstick. And then once I have that stuff, I think and wiring harness. I get the wiring harness down there. I can get all that stuff tucked up in there, and when that's tucked up in there, I can start bolting that exhaust. So, weekend goals. What's up? So, I did a video during the week, and I went to upload it, and it got corrupted. So, I didn't feel like re-editing it and putting it up because it's just a lot of talking. So, let me just catch you up with what I did. I set the harness on here. I didn't plug everything in, but I just set up here to kind of see where I'm going to start routing it. And then what I worked on was I got some 1/4" NPT AN fittings for the radiator for the cooling lines, and I started dropping my AN fittings. I started running my lines. I changed the fittings on the transmission to AN fittings, and I routed the lines. Let me get my flashlight so you guys can see. I don't know why I always just forget it. I'll get my phone because that one's charging. So there are my lines down there. Come up here on top of the frame rail. They come out here, right here. They loop underneath the A-arm, but clear with no issues. That was not my idea. That was from the forums, so thank you guys. Along with these cool clips. Then they go over the frame again right there. They follow the frame down, and then they're going to come up to these two ports. And so that's what I got to do now, is just finish the final lengthening of those two cooling lines and loosely connect them to the radiator, so then I can start figuring out everything else in the radiator. So that's where I'm at. Stuff is coming together. But like these lines and stuff, this stuff is tedious. Just running all this AN line is just takes up time. Drilling through the frame sucks to mount these blocks right here. And anyways, getting there. Let me get those lines wrapped up and I'll show you. Okay, cooling lines are done. Come up here and connect here and here. I really wish I could have run this one a little bit longer, so it could have had more slack in it to pull this way, but I'm running out of this vibrant line, and I think I got a 20 footer and a 15 footer, or 20 footer and 10 footer, and this is literally all I've left of the Dash 6. So I'm thinking that this will be enough to make one fuel line, and then I have plenty of Dash 8 left, so I might just make the fuel line for the feed Dash 8 all the way to there, so I don't have to buy any more line, because that line's expensive. And I have a good amount of Dash 8 left. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do a Dash 6 return to a Dash 8 feed, which works out okay because my feed line right here is already a Dash 8. And the whole fuel line going all the way back is Dash 8. So, but I can mark something off my list. Let's see here. Oil cooler lines. Oh, I need to measure for drive shaft. I need to get that ordered ASAP. That way, since it's like a few week lead time, I can have that ready to go. So I think I'm going to measure for that next. And then I was wrong about the column shifting. I thought that since I took off this frame bracket right here, I thought since I took off this linkage off the frame for the original transmission right here, that I wasn't going to be able to use my column shifter. And I'm pretty sure I will be able to use my column shifter, because all I need to connect to is that lever right there that you see with the hole in it. That lever down to the trans is all I think I need to connect to, and I'll show you the kit I got. I'm going to have to do some cleaning before shifting gears. I think I might have already opened this. ShiftWorks. ShiftWorks linkage kit. So, you can kind of see up here, that's what I was just showing you guys, with this rod that connects down to here, and this connects to the transmission. So, I think I might actually go down there, see, 4L80. I think I might go down there and see about how this is going to fit on there. I did also get a new shift indicator sticker, but I bought the wrong one. I bought it for a 3-speed because I wasn't paying attention. So I am going to get the same thing though for the overdrive, but that just goes in the dash, so I can do that later. But I think this will be next, since those cooling lines are done. And, oh, sorry, drive shaft. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm out. Okay, I figured I'd check in with you one more time, just kind of show you what I've been doing. I've been kind of like bouncing all over the place, trying to find some funner things to work on. But I did get the drive shaft all measured up. The other one is on the ground down there, wherever. I did take my transmission linkage, shifter linkage down there. It's going to need some modifications, so I don't really want to tackle that right now. For the heck of it, I threw on this throttle cable, which is from a truck throttle cable, and it fits, but it's long. So the only way to get it to work was to add a bunch of extensions. My light is always going. The only way to get it to work was to add a bunch of extensions onto the throttle cable. So that is not going to work for now. So I got to figure out if I can just shorten it, or if I should just get like a low car throttle cable. But anyways, I did go ahead and cinch down this header, put on the wires, put the plugs in, got the dipstick mounted, put the rerouting tube on there for now until I get the big block heater core in there, and I was just about ready to wrap it up, and I figured maybe I'll do one more thing. I'm going to quickly throw in this low car transmission dipstick. So this will just be really quick. I'm super stoked about this. This matches all the lines that I got, all the black and fittings that I got perfectly. So I'm glad I chose this one, and it feels like really good quality. So all I got to do is basically feed it through right here for now. Get it close down there. Go down there, plug it in, take the old one out, plug this one in, and then I'll wait to screw that down until I figure out where the harness is going to go. But that's going to be the last thing I do for right now. So let me just tackle that real quick. Okay, transmission dipstick is in. It is plugged in down there. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then I just have it loosely mounted up here. This is about where it's going to go. Just got to make sure that the harness is not going to get in the way of that. And I will probably bolt it right around this location. So I want to do the fuel lines before I cinch that down. So I don't want to mark that off my list yet until I get that fully screwed down. So doing good. Drive lines measured. Shifter, I got that figured out. It's got to hook it up. Fluid and filter change, that'll come after everything's running. Transmission dipstick, I'll cross that out later. Speedo, speedometer, not the little speedo right there. But I need to figure out how I need to get this transmission to communicate with my speedometer. If you know how, let me know. Power steering line, I know how to hook that up. The one I have, my factory one, is too long. So I want to figure that out and get it shortened before I hook it up. because I don't want a weird loop in it right now. Serpentine belt, I need to figure out what belt to use with my motor without AC. I could figure it out with AC super fast, but without it, I'm not sure, so I need to research that. Radiator mount, I can do that. Fan mount, that needs to do. Radiator hoses, I need to figure out those part numbers. Air intake can come later. Throttle cable, we kind of messed around with. Heater hoses, that'll come later because I got it bypassed right now. Fluids, I could do fuel lines, that'll probably come next. Fuel lines come next. Exhaust, I already bought that. Fuel fitting in the back, that's later. Caleb wants me to do turbo. And then wiring stuff. So it seems like there's a lot of stuff to do, but it's coming together pretty fast, and some of the major stuff is getting knocked out. And I think the only real thing besides to start tackling the wiring is those fuel lines and, you know, mounting this stuff. And I'm totally stalling on that because I don't want to cut that fan shroud right now. So I'm just stalling. But I'm gonna call it here for today. I've had enough. I'm freaking hot and sweaty and tired, and I've been out here a while because this stuff is just tedious and just takes time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys got projects like this, send me a link. I'd like to see it later.